Hi there and welcome. I am Marie Hayden of www.mariehayden.com. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to touch base to you on a little bit of intermittent fasting chit chat today. So I've been an intermittent faster for about the last 5 years, and contrary to popular opinion, Hashimoto's and intermittent fasting worked for me. So, like I said, I've been an intermittent faster for the last 5 years. I started off supporting my husband as he was really close to being type 2 diabetic. And so he did a major overhaul and jumped into intermittent fasting. He did some super long fasts. And in my competitive nature, I decided to jump on the bandwagon as well. Not so much for weight loss, but more for just healing. I absolutely love autophagy healing. I have had miraculous things happen to my body by doing intermittent fasting. The biggest one for Hashimoto's being that my autoimmune thyroid antibodies shifted over the last couple of years, mostly because I do some longer fasts. Now, because I am not particularly overweight, I am really careful about knowing where my glucose and ketone numbers are. So I can typically get down into like 58 for my glucose numbers, and I monitor that based on how I'm feeling. Typically, I can probably only get to about 40 hours now, and then I do have to consume some fat. I might be able to continue on, but honestly, I don't need to do that anymore because I've become what we call metabolically flexible. So my biggest takeaways is that, 5 years down the road, I use intermittent fasting when I travel. I tend to travel quite a bit, and I like to jump on a plane knowing I don't have to touch any of that crap food. I also am not too fond of going into certain airports, especially in North America. Parts of Europe, they have fantastic food in some of their airports, especially Spain and Italy. They're great. And so from that vantage point, for the most part, I will go up to a 48-hour fast when I'm traveling just to avoid anything. I have been known to pack salt in my carry-on as well as a small vial of olive oil from what I've taken away in Spain. And so that's been kind of a neat little takeaway. Just not into putting coconut oil, but I could have probably done that as well. And that served me really, really well. So if I was feeling like I was getting low and I didn't have an opportunity to pack my keto machine and prick my finger while I'm on the plane, at least I know if I'm feeling a bit off, I can go ahead and have some salt, have some water, and then toss back some oil for myself. So intermittent fasting for me and Hashimoto's has been absolutely outstanding, crushing those thyroid antibodies. I would say I can't remember, it was either 1,300 or 1,500 was the high of where I've gotten to. And I am now down in the 2s and 3s. So this last 3 months from August until November here has been the longest time that I have gone without doing any longer fasts. But I've also been in ketosis because I've gone to pretty much a carnivore style of life, trying to just detox as many things, most importantly, these crazy oxalates, and also purging halides. I don't tend to have too many lectin foods, so not really focusing too much on that right now, but for sure, definitely in ketosis on a regular basis. So I'm getting my sort of natural autophagy. I tend to eat in a 6-hour window most days, but sometimes when you're on carnivore, so strictly meat, and for me, it's pork secreto, it's lamb, and I'm trying to integrate some beef, but I have been intolerant to the past, so it doesn't necessarily agree with me yet. But I am having some eggs, and that's been something I've been intolerant to, and I am doing well with them. So those are my foods that I'm consuming right now, along with salt and a bit of sheep butter once in a while. So that aside, I just want to encourage those of you with Hashimoto's to please feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to share my story, jump on a Zoom call or a WhatsApp, Telegram, you name it. And also wanted to toss in there iodine. I also want you to know that I have been taking iodine on and off for years in some of my thyroid supplements from the naturopath. But for about 4 years, I came up with all my supplements because the intermittent fasting was making my symptoms basically obsolete. Until recently, listening to Dr. Sarah Myhill and Dr. Elizabeth Bright, I decided that I would jump on some of this iodine because I was doing so much other cleansing. Why not toss iodine in the mix? So I currently take the 5% Lugol's iodine, and I take 8 drops of this per day. Every now and then, I go ahead and take myself off for 2 days while I do a salt load protocol. And what I have noticed is that in combination with the oxalate dumping, the halide purging, the extreme protocol I went on for eliminating so many different foods, I feel absolutely amazing. So again, I just encourage you all to follow your own path. Do your own N of 1. I have been doing that for years. When nobody knew how to diagnose me, but to give me antibiotics and misdiagnose me, I took matters into my own hands. So I'm 52 this week, and I encourage you to take your health into your hands. And if I can be of any help at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much. This is Marie Hayden from www.mariehayden.com, and I look forward to hearing from you.